What's up, YouTube? Okay, here you have it. Part 2, putting the batteries in. Well, the batteries are in, as you see, all the way to the back there. I do need a little 10mm nut right here. That wasn't there because I had a guy put a starter in it. This truck broke down with a starter issue, and when he disconnected the battery terminals, the terminals was loose. Have to decline that, but with the terminals loose, I guess that's could have been the problems with the batteries. The batteries started dropping charge, wasn't getting charged properly. They was loose, so I just went and replaced them because I'm about to go up into the mids, and I don't need no breakdowns while I'm up there. I do have one more issue with this truck. The Jake brake is not working. It's a possibility it could be a fuse or it could be a sensor that's on the engine. I looked into a little bit, not that much. I'll figure all that out as I go along, but just to get these batteries in is a big release, because at night when I come out in the morning, my truck, the APU, will be running because the batteries was dropping their voltage, and the APU was keeping the voltage up. So it was doing that a lot, and I was like, why does this thing keep coming on? So I got to the point where I started turning it off. But then I had to realize sometimes a vehicle will give you some kind of message that something's going wrong, and you have to play on it. You got to realize it. If a headlight, for instance, if a headlight is dim or a headlight is off and you tap it and it comes back on, that means, yeah, you need to put that headlight in it. The truck was telling me the batteries is getting low. It's usually like this situation. Starter goes bad. Boom. All right. Then you put a starter in it. From trying to crank the starter's going bad, but not telling you. All right. Sometimes it come on. The starter was telling me that it was going bad because of it was. Sometimes it would crank, sometimes it wouldn't. Sometimes it'd take a minute to crank. I would have to hold the key. So it was telling me something was going wrong, and I just ignored it, and that's how I got caught out there. Just pulled up to a shipper and it wouldn't start. I was just about to back in. I had to cancel the load. So, well, I didn't cancel. The broker canceled it because I told the broker canceled it. Got another truck in, which was already there. So, just like this battery now, this drop in charges, the APU was coming on. So now I realize, okay, that's the signal that it gives me, that the batteries are going dead. The APU will keep going on because the batteries are dropping. So I didn't know, So usually the case is starter, batteries, then alternator. All right. So now the next thing will be the alternator that needs to be replaced. But sometimes I watch the voltage and I watch the alternator, where's it stay at and everything. That's what you got to watch, because once it starts dropping down to 14, just 14 even, 14.1, then your alternator is voltage is about to go. So that's what's up. On the installation, put the batteries in. Make sure your positives on these Freightliners, the positives are on the inside, your negatives are on the outside. All right. Also on this bracket right here, back here, there's the back screw. That's the hardest part of the whole job. This side was easy because you could leave it on and push it to this side and put your battery in. Put your batteries in, then come over. You can leave it on. But this was the hardest thing of the whole thing. You got to feel around back there and actually If you got small hands, arms, or whatever, you could reach down in there and feel the hole, and also put your hand on the bar and push it through the hole. But make sure this bar back here, all right, is lower, less bolts, less threads on it. So you have some playing room up and down, side to side. And you stick it in there, you hold it there, then you connect this one, and then you tighten both of them, all right? Snug it down. Don't try to crush the damn battery, all right? Snug it down. You got cushion underneath the battery also. So snug it down, and then your last thing is to tighten up your posts, because it's all going to fall down. Don't start taking off this end when you only need to take off the one post on the battery, because once you take all the posts off, the wiring harness just lifts up, and you can either tie it. You got plenty of space up there, so you can just push it. Take one battery at a time. You got to tilt the battery towards you and slide it up out of there. And that's how it is. It's real easy. I put the batteries in while I was on a phone call talking with my buddy Charles. So, real easy, real simple fix. Putting batteries in. You go to the dealer at $155 an hour. They're probably going to tell you maybe an hour each battery, or, maybe about something crazy, about 3 or 4 hours to put the batteries in. I went to the dealer, and they said that it would take 2 days for them to put the batteries in. So that's the deal. So yeah, that's the deal on this. You know what it is. Come on over, make some of this good money. All right. And anyway, but big face at the house doing a battery change. Y'all hold it down. About to get online, pick me a load, get the fuck up out of here and go make some money, make this battery money back on my first load. I'ma holler at y'all. Y'all know what it is. Speak from the heart, right with the left. Peace.